of the year. We are going to get started. We're actually going to keep the lights on for this concert this time. We have a lot of moving stuff going on up here, and we also have a solo feature in the song. We want to make sure everybody is seen. We also have a cool theme to our concert, why we're going to keep the lights on. Before we get started, I'd like to thank you guys all for coming out. It means a lot to me and my kids to see a full house for our concerts. These kids have done a really great job. We have a great lineup of songs for you this evening. I do want to say, if you are leaving after your child's portion of the concert, if you could walk with them to the band room and then leave out of the band room doors so that we don't have like a line walking in the back when people are playing, that would be awesome. So thank you so much again for coming out. I do have a short message from two of my seniors before we start, and then we'll go ahead and get started with sixth grade band as soon as they're done.
Good evening. My name is Avery.
And I'm Riley, and we're seniors in the Pontiac High School Ensemble.
We've been working very hard for almost 2 months to make this concert as enjoyable as possible for all of you.
And our middle schoolers have been working just hard.
We hope that you'll respect all the bands here tonight
So we ask that you turn off your phones.
and remain silent while we're performing.
We appreciate your attention and thank you for coming.
Thank you guys. All right, we've got 3 songs for you tonight by the sixth grade band. First up is Star Splitter Fanfare. Next up, we have a familiar song called Born to Be Wild. last song played by 6th grade is called Giant Slayer.
They're ready for high school already. I'm very excited to add them to our high school program if they'll stick with me for a little while longer. Our program is going to be really awesome tonight. We have As Spirits Soar up first, and then we have a personal favorite, Enter Sandman by Metallica, and then we have Too Much Percussion. First up is As Spirits Soar. 7th and 8th grade. Activate cool mode. Our last song of the evening is a fun one. It's called Too Much Percussion, and you'll see why.
like to get a picture of our 7th and 8th grade band, here they are. They do such a great job. Super proud of you guys. Super proud. Okay, you guys can have a seat. We do have one award to give out at this time of year, and it is the Cheryl Trost Award. Mrs. Cheryl Trost was a band director at Pontiac Middle School for a long time. We also have Miss Trost here. Where is she? She's back there. And this award is given to an 8th grader who demonstrates outstanding leadership skills, playing skills, just an all-around great student all of the time. And this was not an easy decision. And I think it was actually probably maybe one of the hardest award decisions I've had so far. So 8th grade, if one of you doesn't get the award, well, a lot of people won't get the award. But if you don't, please know that I'm super proud of you guys, and I'm just so excited to keep working with you, even if you don't get it. So it was a tie for a long time, but I finally made a decision. And could this person please come up here and shake my hand and receive their award? The Cheryl Trost Award goes to Dallas Jones. Great job, guys. Now, our next thing on the list is we have a solo performance. My 7th and 8th grader are going to sit tight up here while this amazing young person comes up here and plays a solo for us. Where's he at? Mitchell McBride in the back of the room. He is a senior in our band who also is our field commander for this past marching season. And I've had the pleasure to be his teacher for the past 3 years and have seen just outstanding growth from this individual. And he came to me not too long ago and was like, Ms. Mason, I think I want to go to school for music. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, let's work on it. So with the support of Ms. Trost, who is awesome, who is the accompanist, she traveled down with him to Ohio University, where he completed an audition for the OU Trombone Studio, and he was accepted, which is outstanding. Work and school and bands and does it, I mean, better than most adults I know. And he's just great. So he's prepared a piece called Cavatine, and he's going to play it for you right now, as soon as he's ready. And take your time. Take your time.
All right, we're ready for high school. You guys ready? All right, let's get them up.
That's the point.
Say the busiest people in the school are sitting on the stage right now. We have kids in, I think, every sport, I'm pretty sure, nearly every sport. And also choir and theater and all kinds of extra things after school. So they've been pulled out of class for track and tennis and all kinds of things, but they still managed to make it work. This is a great group of students up here. I can't say enough good things about them. I'm always appreciative of the things that they do for the program. It's just such a wonderful thing. And it's sad because I have to say goodbye to my seniors this year, which is going to be hard. But without further ado, we have 3 songs for our high school band. First, since we went to Universal this year, it was a great time. We're going to bring back How to Train Your Dragon. So that's our first song. Our second one, I'm sure you know, Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen. And then the last one, even though it's in the program, I'm not going to tell you what it is. It's a surprise. Okay. So I hope you enjoy our high school band. First up is How to Train Your Dragon. before we move on, I want to give my seniors a little bit of recognition. If you're a senior, can you please stand up or wave if you're in percussion? Yeah. This is the class of 2026. Harder and harder for me to say goodbye to these people. And these guys, I mean, man, they really led our band to a lot of success this year. And I'm really grateful for all the work they put in. So seriously, thank you guys for everything. And it's going to be really hard to say goodbye, but I hope you enjoy these last two songs on your last function of the year. So thank you so much. You can sit back down. back to you for a moment. Look at me on the stage. Okay. We have a couple dates coming up that are kind of important. If you want to celebrate these seniors a little more and celebrate with our bands, our banquet is next week on May 20th at 6 o'clock p.m. right here where we are right now. Our Memorial Day Parade is May 25th. Our time is to be determined, but we will figure that out soon. The marching band meeting, which is probably the most important thing that's on, graduation. Graduation is May 30th at New Leaf Event Center at 2, I believe, 2 o'clock p.m. If you'd like to celebrate the seniors, even more. And then our marching band meeting, which every person that is joining marching band needs to come to, is June 2nd at 7 p.m. because there's a middle school awards night that night at 6. So middle school kids are going to go do that and then come to the marching band meeting. It's a lot of fun. We fill out papers, which I guess is super fun, but we fill out the papers, you get a schedule, you get to meet the staff, you get to ask questions, we go over band camp, we do all kinds of things. And we also reveal our first show that we're going to be playing this season, which is going to be really fun. Our marching band currently is standing at a whopping 83 members currently, which when I got here 3 years ago, it was less than 60. So we are working our way up there, and it's going to be great. So parents, thank you so much for being supportive of your kids in band. It helps everybody. Everybody included in music in the band program here when the kids are involved and they're having a great time. And then, from middle school to high school, they decide, this is something I want to keep doing. So, and that's because of you. So I'm really appreciative that you are keeping them with this program. Our growth is really awesome. So I appreciate that. But June 2nd is a really important meeting for us. If you could be there, that would be awesome. Did you get it? Okay. Yeah. Bet you didn't expect this at a cool concert, did you? We're going to be playing a song called The Great Rubber Chicken Gala. And this is our last song for the high school band. guys rock. If you'd like a picture, go ahead and snap one. These guys are awesome. So cool. All right, we have one more thing for you tonight. We've got different pieces by our jazz band. We're gonna set that up real quick, all right? You guys can come off stage. Great to meet as much as I would have liked to, but these guys are in track and tennis and all kinds of stuff, so, but we made it work. Next year, for people in the back, jazz band is gonna be a class, okay? So if you're coming to the high school and you wanna be in jazz, or if you're in high school right now and you wanna be in jazz, you have to take the class. I think it's during 6th period, okay? So sign up if you wanna be in jazz. We got 2 songs tonight. We have My Funny Valentine and Boss City. and do what we can. Next year, we're going to see how it works with it being in class. Year-round, I think we'll be able to make a lot of progress, which is going to be great. Thank you, Jazz Band, for staying after. And you guys are good to go. And that's it. That's our last module of the year. So